Good morning. Jó reggelt. Jia hao. My name is Michael Meadows. It's an enormous pleasure and actually a great privilege for me to introduce this opening ceremony. I'm only going to say this once because it's such a mouthful, but this is the third Open Science Conference of the Association for Trans-Eurasian Exchange and Silk Road Civilization Development. I think from now on we'll just refer to it as ATES. But it's a great event, and what a wonderful morning to start what I hope and expect will be a very interesting and challenging program for us all. The opening consists of short speeches by 8 people, sponsors, and important guests associated, of course, with the program itself and also with the academy that we are in, this very beautiful building. So I will begin then by introducing you to Ferenc Hudecz, who is the Vice President of the Hungarian Academy of Sciences. Professor Hudecz.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Director Liu, Vice Director Molnár, Professor Chen, Co-Chair Chen, Director Hamar, Director Zhuang, Vice President Gu, Mr. Liu. And distinguished speakers, dear colleagues, and dear guests from across Eurasia and beyond. It is my honor and great pleasure to welcome you to Budapest on the occasion of the ANSO MTA Silk Road Fórum and the third ATES Open Science Conference on behalf of the Hungarian Academy of Sciences. We are especially pleased that this important event is taking place in the same year as the 200th anniversary of the founding of the Hungarian Academy of Sciences, which we are celebrating not only with the now completed, renovated, and wonderful hall, but also with hundreds of events this year and in 2026. It is our pleasure that this November, among the distinguished leaders of science academies from all over the world, we will have an honor to welcome our colleagues from ANSO as well. The history of the Hungarian relates exceptionally well with the rich legacy of the Silk Road. Historically, Hungary was served as a vital link bridging diverse realms of knowledge and innovation. Today, along the banks of the Danube, that the spirit of connection endures. We gathered here to pursue suitable solutions, foster scientific collaboration, and deepen cultural understanding, continuing the education tradition and exchange of the Silk Road represents. Our country boasts the long-standing tradition in Oriental research, exemplified by the Oriental Connection housed in the Library and the Information Center of the Hungarian Academy of Sciences. Recently, scholarly interest in the Silk Road region has connotably increased. A landmark achievement was established of the Silk Road Research Group in 2017. Joint initiative of the Hungarian Academy of Sciences, Loránd Eötvös University, I will use the abbreviation ELTE, and the University of Szeged. Since then, the ELTE Confucius Institute and the Library of the Hungarian Academy of Sciences have collaborated on various occasions. Beyond scientific conferences, we have also engaged in excellent research projects, or more recently, in the organization of the Hungarians on the Silk Road exhibition in the Műpa Palace of Arts, celebrating the 19th and the 20th century contributions of Hungarian explorers and scholars such as Count Béla Széchenyi and Sir Aurel Stein to Oriental studies. Exploring opportunities for present-day cooperation, the Hungarian Institute of International Affairs has organized a roundtable about Chinese-Hungarian relations under the Belt and Road Initiative, which will complete bilateral scientific projects funded by the Hungarian Academy of Sciences and the Chinese Academy of Sciences. Over the next 2 days, we will engage in keynote addresses, thematic sessions, parallel discussions, and an exclusive workshop designed to enrich our shared understanding of Silk Road civilizations from the perspective of environmental, social, and scholarly transformations. This conference also provides a primary opportunity to strengthen collaborations across Euro-Asian research communities and foster interdisciplinary and cross-border projects. Participants are encouraged to build networks, from new partnerships, initiate joint research efforts, and cultivate tasting experience, scholarly friendship. This event would not be possible without the dedicated effort of numerous organizations, including ANSO and the ELTE Research Center for Humanities. This is a faculty of humanities, the Association of Trans-Eurasia Exchange and Silk Road Civilization Development, the Institute of Tibetan Plateau Research of the Chinese Academy of Sciences, Lanzhou University, and ELTE. We are especially grateful for their initiatives and collaborative spirit. As your host, Hungary warmly invites you not only to participate in this conference, but also to explore the treasures of Budapest, experience the historic charm, vibrant arts, and unique cultural heritage. If you are looking outside, you will see the castle area. This could be a primary target for your next 2 days program. Let us move forward to the spirit of the open scientific exchange, mutual learning and respect. Together, we can honor the Silk Road rich past while pioneering the new pathways towards the sustainable and interconnected future. Once again, welcome to Budapest. I wish you an inspiring, engaging, and successful ANSO MTA Silk Road Project Fórum and the third ATES Open Science Conference. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you indeed. Our next welcome address is from perhaps the key sponsor of this initiative of ATES, and that is ANSO. And Weidong Liu, I beg your pardon, is the Director General of the Bureau of International Cooperation and an Executive Director of ANSO. Thank you.
Dear Professor Ferenc, Hudecz, dear Professor Bolov, Professor Fahu Chen, and Professor Imre Hamar, distinguished guests and friends, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It's my great pleasure and honor to be here joining this conference. First of all, on behalf of the Chinese Academy of Sciences and the Alliance of National and International Scientific Organizations for the Belt and Road region, I would like to convey our heartfelt congratulations to the Hungarian Academy of Sciences on your 200th anniversary. It gives me great pleasure to be here celebrating this significant milestone along with esteemed Hungarian colleagues. You know, this is my first time to visit Hungary, and I just arrived at midnight, and then I spent only several minutes outside this building. I felt the beautiful landscape of the city, and I also felt, the hospitality of our colleagues of the MTA. Thank you so much. And as the co-organizer of this joint academic event celebrating MAT's 200th anniversary, I'm delighted to extend my warm greetings to all participants in the ANSO MAT Silk Road Forum and the third ATES Open Science Conference. I would like to express my gratitude to all the organizers and working teams for their invaluable support in facilitating the conference in Budapest. CAS, is the largest and the most comprehensive research institutions in China in natural sciences. And the CAS has a so-called Trinity structure consisting of three major components. The first two, I think in the past, MAT had the same structure. We have research institutes. Currently, CAS has 108 research institutes covering almost all disciplines of natural sciences, from mathematics, physics, chemistry, to geoscience, to artificial intelligence, to computer science, to many other disciplines. And all these institutes, have their own legal entity, but under the subordination of CAS. I think in the past, MAT also had your institutes, right? But after reform, I heard that these institutes are more independent from being in the past. And the second, CAS has a learned society of CAS members. We call it academicians. It's a very important, maybe the most important advisory body in natural science policies in China. Okay, the third one is that CAS is also a higher education center. We have 2.5 universities. 2.5. That's crazy, okay. So one is the University of China Academy of Sciences, and which is a newly funded university. I think it was founded in 2012, right? Right? The vice president is here. And also the other university is the University of Science and Technology of China, located in Hefei, which was founded in the late 50s. Okay, another half is Shanghai University of Technology, because it's a collaboration between Shanghai municipal government and the CAS. We don't own it, but we are involved in the running of this university, so it's 2.5, okay? So that makes CAS a very unique research institutions in the world because we have 3 functions: research, the body of learned society, and higher education, okay? And CAS, for the past 13 consecutive years, has been ranked the first in Nature Index, as you know. Okay, next, being the executive director of ANSO, I would like to say also a few words about ANSO, okay? And as you know, ANSO was founded in 2018 with the support of many international or foreign academies like MIT. And MIT is our founding member and also the governing board member for the for the first 2 terms. And after 7 years, ANSO developed very well. Now we have 78 members. In the beginning, we have only 37. Okay, now it's 78. And we are going to hold the 4th General Assembly late October. So now we received 9 applications. So after the General Assembly in late October, the number of ANSO will go up to 87. So you can see that the development is very fast. And I hope that our colleagues from MIT will go to join the General Assembly in late October. And sorry. And also, I would like to report to you that ANSO is going to set up an African hub for science and innovation later this month. I'm going to Ethiopia to sign the agreement and hold the opening ceremony of that hub. Okay? Being the founding members and the first governing board member of ANSO, MIT has always played a key role in bridging and enhancing the cooperation between China and Hungary, especially in the fields of chemistry, physics, and nuclear technology, brain science, and environmental sciences. In April 2024, Professor Fahu Chen from CAS Institute of Tibetan Plateau Research and the co-chair of the Association for Trans-Eurasia Exchange and the Silk Road Civilization Development, ATES, visited MIT and signed MOU with the Research Center for the Humanities of Hungary Research Network, promoting interdisciplinary collaboration, focusing on the human-nature interactions along the Silk Road. It is this cooperation that laid the foundation for the conference we are holding today. So thank you very much, Professor Fahu Chen, and your colleagues here for initiating this conference. And this conference has become a very important event of ANSO. We are going to support you to consecutively hold this kind of meeting in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, it's widely recognized that our world is facing critical challenges, including not only the escalating global warming and environmental challenges, but also complex geopolitical conflicts that threaten global stability. This summer, Europe experienced an unprecedented heat wave, leading to widespread health risks, agricultural disruption, and energy shortages. While China faced intensive rainfall and catastrophic floods caused by extreme weather events, resulting in substantial economic and infrastructural damages. According to the United Nations Sustainable Development Report 2025, only 35 of the Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, are on the track of making moderate progress. Nearly half are moving too slowly, and 18 are actually in reverse. In my view, fostering robust international scientific collaboration and accelerating technological innovation are essential strategies to address these multifaceted issues effectively. By leveraging cutting-edge research, shared expertise, and innovative solutions, we can also work towards a more sustainable, resilient, and inclusive future of our planet. Before concluding my remarks, I would like to emphasize the importance of fostering open and transparent and equitable collaboration on science, technology, and innovation. We need to develop strategy for cross-border and cross-regional cooperation, exploring ways to share resources effectively to tackle pressing global challenges. ANSO is devoted to promoting open science. CAS also is devoted to promoting open science. So we can work together to promote open science for a better future of our humanity. I'm confident that today's conference will serve as a significant platform to strengthen international partnerships, facilitate the exchange of research findings, and promote collective efforts among China, Hungary, and other European countries to advance scientific progress and global sustainable development. Lastly, I wish the conference a great success. Thank you.
Next, I would like to invite to the podium Professor Antal Molnár, who is the Vice Director General of the Research Center for the Humanities at Eötvös Loránd University, which I believe we will be visiting tomorrow because that's where the scientific sessions will take place. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Esteemed Vice President, Director General, Directors, Your Excellencies, distinguished professors, dear colleagues, and our friends from China. First of all, I would like to thank for the opportunity to be here at this very important scientific conference. The Silk Road not only played a prominent role in the creation of the early global economy, but has also connected Eastern and Western cultures for thousands of years. Due to the eastern roots of the Hungarian nation, research on East Asia has always occupied a very important place in Hungarian scholarship. Of the many outstanding Hungarian scholars, I would like to mention just one name, that of Lajos Ligeti, who is still regarded by the international scientific community as one of the greatest figures in Asian studies. Our Research Center for the Humanities is the successor of this scientific work. I would like to mention just a few of the research projects through which our institution's researchers contribute to East Asian studies. First of all, I will mention the Khitan project, Key Land Landscapes in Mongolia. This program involves archaeological research on fortified settlements from the 9th and 10th centuries. In addition, the Institute of Ethnography is continuing Vilmos Diószegy's earlier research on Mongolian and South Siberian shamanic traditions, while our ethnologists are studying changes in contemporary Inner Asian and Mongolian nomadism. Our ethnological research is very important and has now been organized into a separate program. Perhaps one of the most important research projects from the perspective of our conference is being conducted at the Institute of Archaeology and the Institute of Archaeogenomics, which deals with early migration, the genetic history of the population of the Eurasian region, and its connection. Tomorrow, conference participants will get a taste of the interdisciplinary research conducted at our research center. And it is obviously thanks to this multidisciplinary research that our institution has been given the honor of participating as co-organizer in the hosting of this very important conference. The Silk Road, which has connected distant cultures for thousands of years, is now also a major source of inspiration for scientific cooperation. I am convinced that this international scientific conference will further deepen our scientific collaborations and provide new perspectives for further joint scientific work. I wish you a successful conference and enjoy your stay in Budapest. Thank you very much for your kind attention.
Thank you indeed. So now it's my privilege to introduce you to my colleague and friend, Professor Chen Fahu, who is my colleague in the sense of ATES, and I think really the intellectual force, to be perfectly honest, behind this initiative. Fahu, thank you.
Dear Professor Ferenc Hudecz, all distinguished professors, guests, and also our ATES steering committee members, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is my great pleasure to be here again after last year's visiting this building. And for in fact, for Hungary, I know it 40 years ago when I was a student. I studied laws, and there are two famous professors. One is George Kukla. He makes the laws correlation with global change. And the second is the laws commission director, Page. He also strongly influenced my research life. So it is, but only last year I was here, and this time I will visit some sites. And not only laws, but also some pastoral home sites, understand the environment and either anxious. So on behalf of the co-chairs, Professor Mike Meadows and Professor Yugi Lutbech of the Association for the Trans-Eurasia Exchange and the Silk Road Civilization Development, simply called ATES. Please accept my gratitude to the 200th anniversary of the Hungary Academy of Sciences. Furthermore, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to all organizers, especially to the Hungary Academy of Sciences, the allies of the national and international science organizations for the Belt and Road regions. It is also called ANSO. And the Research Center for the Humanities and Loránd University for their great support to this conference. In April last year, I visited Budapest with a group of the ATES colleagues. We signed an MOU with the Research Center for the Humanities. Now I know this center joined to the university. And we also have joined 2 workshops at the RCH, that means the Humanities Research Center, and at Loránd University. Moreover, we had a very productive meetings with the professor and Fórum Hudecz. Last year, the whole time we talked for the cooperation. And also other high-level MTA delegation. A key outcome of this meeting was the agreement to establish Hungary as the regional hub of the ATES activities, facilitate the research collaboration between Asia and Europe. We are committed to enhancing scientific partnership with the Hungarian research communities. As a my plan, we are co-organize a Silk Road Forum in Budapest this year, joint with the ANSO, MTA, RC, at Loránd University in the other institute, such as my university before I worked at Lanzhou University. This China-Hungary Joint Forum will be one of the academic events celebrating the 200th anniversary of the Hungarian Academy of Sciences. Our president here today in this historic palace, very nice building. It is we China hope for the Academy of Sciences also hope have such nice, very facilitated building. So it is a direct result of our cooperation efforts. For the ATES was, as most are know, was established in 2019 at the ANSO platform. The goal of the ATES is to deepen the understanding of the interaction between environmental changes, long-term Trans-Eurasia exchange, and the Silk Road civilization by promoting interdisciplinary research of the natural sciences, social sciences, and the humanity across Eurasia. Just this May, ATES was endorsed by UNESCO as a program of the International Decade of the Science for Sustainable Development. ATES for the 10 years decades, IDSSD, both promoted the cross-region and multidisciplinary collaboration, integrated the basic sciences, applied technology, social science, and humanity to tackle complex global challenge and also the human sustainability. Currently, ATES has established 6 work groups with over 200 scientists from more than 50 research institutes in more than 20 countries around the world. Under the leadership of the ATES co-chair with 3 science steering committee and the local groups, we have recently published the ATES science plan. It is there. ATES co-chair Professor Yugi Lafbech will formally announce the launch of this science plan in the next session. Over the coming days, we will engage in deep exchange, the sharing of the cutting-edge research studies, outcomes from the leading scholars, identify successful collaboration framework. I will talk after, give the presentation after this one. In the activity development, individuals, connections, and institution partnerships, I'm confident that this conference will not only lay a solid foundation of ATES research, but also open up a new horizon of the ATES long-term growth in the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Co-Chair. Next to the podium is Professor Imre Hamar, who is from the Institute of East Asian Studies at Eötvös, Loránd University. And Professor Hamar tells me that his surname in Hungarian means fast. And it might be useful for you to be quick because we're running a little late. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Vice President Ferenc Hudecz, Director General Liu, and Vice Director General Molnár, and Professor Chen. Ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues, it's a great honor and privilege for me to welcome you all today at this international interdisciplinary conference on the Silk Road, jointly organized by the Hungarian Academy of Sciences, the ANSO, Chinese Academy of Sciences, and ELTA. I feel particularly humbled to open this gathering since in May of this year I was elected as a corresponding member of the Hungarian Academy of Sciences. It is both a personal milestone and a moment of responsibility to contribute to the long tradition of Hungarian scholarship in the field of Asian studies. Allow me here to recall two great predecessors. One is my teacher, the late Ferenc Tőkei, a distinguished sinologist and a Marxist philosopher, who as an academician represented a bridge between Hungarian scholarship and the study of China. The other is Sir Aurel Stein, of Hungarian origin, who became an external member of our academy. His legendary expeditions uncovered and preserved the traces of civilizations once flourishing along the Silk Road, now largely hidden beneath the desert sands. Both men remind us of the importance of intellectual courage and intellectual curiosity. The very term Silk Road, as we all know, is a modern invention. It was first coined in 1877 by the German geographer Ferdinand von Richthofen. He wanted to capture in a single expression the flow of silk and other goods along what was in fact not a single road, but an entire network of routes connecting east and west. Yet as history has shown, what truly mattered was not only the trade of commodities, but the circulations of ideas, religions, technologies, and artistic traditions. It was this dynamic exchange and the forged connections between Europe, India, and China, leaving a legacy that still resonates with us today. In our own time, the term Silk Road has acquired new meanings through the Belt and Road initiatives launched by President Xi Jinping. This modern vision seeks to strengthen economic and cultural cooperation among the countries of the region, echoing the spirit of connectivity and exchange that defined the ancient roots. It highlights once again that the Silk Road is not only a matter of history, but also a framework for the future. This conference, by bringing together scholars from multiple disciplines and countries, follows in that very spirit. The Silk Road reminds us that knowledge advances not in isolation, but through dialogue, exchange, and shared curiosity. I believe that our discussions here will enrich not only our respective fields, but also our understanding of how interconnected our world has always been. On behalf of the Hungarian Academy of Sciences and the Eötvös University, I wish you inspiring debates, fruitful encounters, and a most successful conference. Thank you. That was fast.
Thank you for that. And also congratulations on your election to the Academy. So next to the podium is Professor Xuliang Zhuang, who is the acting director of ITPCAS, the Institute of Tibetan Plateau Research, and one of the 108 institutes that Professor Liu introduced us to before. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. I remember the time, 5 minutes. So, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is my great pleasure to join you today at the opening of ANSO MTA Silk Road Forum and the third ATES Opening Science Conference. So over the coming 3 days, we will have the opportunity to explore the latest research achievements in Trans-Eurasia Trans-Eurasia exchanges and the development of Silk Road civilization. So on behalf of the ITP CAS, the supporting institution of ATES, and co-organizer of this event, I extend my warmest welcome to all of you and look forward to the fruitful outcomes of our discussions. As we all know, the Tibetan Plateau and its surroundings are geographically important, while it is ecologically fragile. It is also called the Asian Water Tower as its significance for regional water resources. Yet, however, recently, climate change has led to significant threats to this region, with far-reaching impacts. Hence, positive action is needed. So, since established in 2003, ITP is committed to Earth system sciences research, contributing to regional sustainable development and global environmental protection. Currently, ITP hosts one state key laboratory. It's led by Professor Dingling, he is here. One national scientific data center and 10 field observation stations covered all Tibetan Plateau. Together, these facilities form an integrated research platform, combining field observation, laboratory analysis, and data simulation, supporting breakthroughs in research on climate and environmental changes, continental collision and plateau uplift, alpine ecology, and human adaptations in the Tibetan Plateau. With this supporting platform, as well as a talented research team, ITP has become one of the globally leading institutions in the Earth system science research. ITP also places strong emphasis on international collaboration. We have initiated several international programs, including the Third Pole Environment, ATES, led by Professor Chen Fahu, and the International Plateau Plus Association, led by Professor Dingling, to further advance Earth system science and promote ecological conservation and sustainable development in the Trans-Himalaya region and the world. ITP also has signed many MOUs and scientific agreements with universities and research institutions from countries such as the United States, Russia, Germany, Hungary. We are opening ceremony here. Japan, Pakistan, Nepal, and etc. Based on this, many young scientists and students from abroad have come to ITP for collaborative research and joint study. Such efforts has enabled extensive scientific and educational cooperation, both domestically and internationally. Furthermore, guided by this vision, ATES has successfully facilitated multinational and interdisciplinary expeditions and research. Led by Professor Chen, we have also deployed advanced technologies for in-situ observation and monitoring. It established a global network to integrate international academic resources and engage local communities and stakeholders along the Silk Road. So ITP takes great pride in the accomplishments delivered by ATES. So our institute will continue to support the mission of ATES to deepen understanding of the interactions between environmental changes, historical Trans-Eurasia exchanges, and Silk Road civilization. I would also like to take this opportunity to congratulate the Hungarian Academy of Sciences on its 200th anniversary. My sincere thanks go to MTA and ICH for your tremendous support in organizing this forum and the conference. Finally, as a Chinese proverb says, unity is strength. We sincerely invite your participation to the development of ATES, ANSO, and ITP CAS. Wish this forum and conference great success and hope your stay in Budapest both productive and enjoyable. Thank you very much and have a good stay in Budapest. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, it's been a very male event so far. So I think we should change that. And so I'm very happy to invite to give you a welcome speech Professor Xiaohua from she was Vice President of Lanzhou University.
Good morning, distinguished guests, colleagues, and friends. It's my great honor to be here on behalf of Lanzhou University, one of co-organizers. I'm honored to speak this gathering. First, let me thank ATES, the Hungarian Academy of Science, and all other organizers. Your efforts have made this conference possible. The Silk Road is more than a historical trend route. For centuries, it has been a bridge connect Eurasia civilization, witness human migration, cultural exchange, and technological sharing. Today, studying it isn't just about the past. It helps us to tackle global change like climate change and build a sustainable future. Lanzhou University, based in northwestern China, has long focused on Silk Road research. Our location gives us a unique perspective. We're just on the Silk Road, and we've always promoted interdisciplinary studies, bring together experts from natural science, social science, and humanities to explore its environmental, cultural, and social studies. This conference aligns perfectly with our goals. It focuses on early humanity disposal, trend, root, evolution, and environmental change matches what we've been researching. We are eager to learn from our latest findings and share our own too. In the Silk Road spirit of cooperation, Lanzhou University looks forward to deepening collaborations with all of you through through projects, faculty exchange, or long-term partnerships. Let's work together to understand our shared history better and build a more connected future. Finally, I wish this conference great success. May we all have productive discussion here in Budapest. Thank you all. Thank you very much.
Okay, our last welcome address this morning comes from Hua Yu, who is the first secretary of the Embassy of the People's Republic of China in Hungary, of course based here in Budapest. Thank you.
Okay, finally it's my turn. You can count down right now. Okay. Dear Professor Ferenc Hudecz, Vice President of the Hungarian Academy of Sciences, dear Professor Weidong, Director General of the International Cooperation Bureau of CAS, Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Urigat, right? I'm pronouncing right? Urigat, yeah. Today, on behalf of the Chinese Embassy in Hungary, I'm deeply honored to attend the opening ceremony of the ANSO MTA Sacred Forum and the third ATES Open Science Conference. On behalf of the Ambassador Gong Tao, I'd like to extend the embassy's warm congratulations on the opening of the conference and a sincere welcome to all the guests. I'd also like to take this opportunity to congratulate the Hungary Academy of Sciences on its 200th anniversary. In the fall of 2013, President Xi Jinping of China put forward the major initiatives of the Silk Road Economic Belt and the 21st Century Maritime Silk Road. Over the past decade, the Belt and Road Initiative has become a highly acclaimed international cooperation platform and global public good. The ancient Silk Road has been given new contemporary meaning. The Silk Road is not only a trade route, it's also a witness to the exchange and the mutual learning of civilizations, and a road of openness, cooperation, and innovation. Practice has proven that openness is the fundamental premise for exchange and mutual learning among nations. Cooperation is the only way for global prosperity and development. And innovation is the driving force behind the progress of human civilization. This conference studies the impact of the environment on human civilization through the science and the innovation methods, reviews the historical legacy of the Silk Road, while also looks forward to the future sustainable development. So this conference has great significance today as the world faces severe environmental challenges. Ladies and gentlemen, Hungary is the first European country to sign a Belt and Road cooperation document with China. Under the strategic guidance of the leaders of both countries, the Belt and Road Initiative is closely aligned with Hungary's Opening East strategy, making China and Hungary firm partners in jointly building the Belt and Road. This conference will further strengthen China-Hungary cooperation in the Silk Road research and contribute to a high-quality development of China-Hungary joint construction of the Belt and Road. Ladies and gentlemen, just last week, President Xi Jinping put forward the Global Governance Initiative, providing another important public good for the international community and demonstrating China's commitment in promoting the progress of human civilization. China's vision of global governance, characterized by extensive consultation, joint contribution, and shared benefits, is highly consistent with the Silk Road spirit of peace and cooperation, openness and inclusiveness, mutual learning and mutual benefits. To effectively take care of our planet and build a better future, we need not only the material strength of innovation and economic development, but also the strong spiritual power fostered by the exchange and mutual learning of human civilizations. Today, scientists and experts from many countries and international organizations have gathered here. It's hoped that through this conference, everyone will carry forward the Silk Road spirit, share insights, exchange ideas, further promote cooperation in various fields along the Silk Road and beyond, and contribute to the building of a community with a shared future for mankind. And finally, I wish this conference a great success. Thank you.
Thank you indeed. So that concludes the opening welcome addresses, and it's now time to move to the official launch of the ATES Science Plan. The key element of ATES is really collaboration between nations, between scientists in different parts of the world, and of course between different disciplines. But what it has to do fundamentally is good science, cutting-edge science, excellent science. And you can't do that without a plan. So we have a plan. And it is now my great pleasure to introduce my co-chair, Professor Jörg Lüterbacher, to present the plan to you. Thank you.
Dear ladies and gentlemen, dear esteemed guests, dear local host, thanks very much being here, having this opportunity to be in this wonderful place, and a building of almost 200 years, esteemed guests. So thanks very much being here. Also on behalf of the editors of this ATES Science Plan, which you all find in this booklet, in your documentation you received in the entrance, with Fahu, Chen, Michael Meadows, Aili Kun, Yusi Hu, and also myself as the editor of this science plan. I will give you a short introduction of what is in there, how it was developed, the background, and so forth, and give you a bit more insight what you can expect, what we expect. And this is also a joint contribution and also document that has been developed with many researchers, working group chairs, scientists, and as we have heard, it's really international, interdisciplinary, and building really a framework for international collaboration and interaction. So, the content of this presentation is 4 sections. The first one is a bit of background, more or less from the esteemed guests. We have heard already a lot about that. Then, what is the vision and mission of ATES, and also what is proposed in the science plan. And then, what is in this science plan? What is the structure? What are the working groups doing? And how actually do we work together? And then the final part is conclusions, and then also a few points about the next steps. And the next steps, the proposed action plan, and also the work to be performed is also given in here for your information. So about the background, what we have heard already is that we deal with an area of about 7,000 kilometers stretching from east to west, also north to south. The Silk Road, which was a vast network of routes crossing the terrains of Eurasia from different areas, the Gobi Desert, mountain passes, oasis, steppes from east to west, so really stretching a huge area. But the Silk Road was also much more what we have heard before. It was a trade route. It was a history's most influential corridor for the exchange of culture, ideas, religion, technologies. And finally, also the Silk Road's long and complex history offers an opportunity to investigate human-environmental interactions in the past, but also what we have learned from the past to understand the current conditions, how we can adapt, how we can progress, and also how we can do better for the future. There are some major current and future challenges for the Silk Road developments. There are just 4 of them which I would like to mention, but there's of course much more. And as you will see and read and understand during these 2 days, and also read in this science plan, there's of course much more to deal with. So climate change, extreme events, impacts all over the place. We have these issues, these major concerns. The certification and land degradation, water and food security is an important issue, and also the economic development, what we have already heard in a few talks before. And one example is this rapid shrinking of the RLC, climate change, but mostly also interaction and bad treatment from human perspective. So the background, what we have already heard, what happened that we have the ATES now, it's really to tackle these current and future challenges, the understanding from the past, So this Association for Trans-Eurasia Exchange and Silk Road Civilization Development, ATES, was established under the Alliance of National and International Science Organization for Belt and Road Regions, ANSO. Thanks very much for that, and also in support of the Chinese Academy of Sciences. One aspect also why ATES was actually developed or became an important part, it addresses critical gaps, for instance, in data. We are all scientists, we work with different data in terms of from historic evidence, from archaeology, from climate model, from reconstructions. So there are different data, we have different models, and we want better understanding with respect to the region's complex ethnic, religious, geopolitical diversity. So there was an important and an urgent need on an international platform dedicated to integrate Silk Road studies. And now this is all combined, integrated in ATES. It's also about to inform evidence-based climate strategies. We heard ATES is really something with advanced science, better understanding of science, and push science forward in an interdisciplinary international frame, which was needed to provide crucial insights for mitigation and adaptation across the region, which is now also under the part of ATES. And also what we have heard already, we have achieved already a major support from the UN organization. To strengthen its global scientific impacts, the UNESCO International Decade of Science and Sustainable Development has designated ATES as an official program for the next decade, which is of course a huge achievement, and we want to make sure that we fulfill this, what is expected from us. Now, the vision, which you all find here, I just want to say a few words about the mission. Of course, the mission statement and vision statement and mission statement is really something that needs to be carefully developed. And all organizations or programs need to have this. What it is about, what do we want to achieve, what is the aim? So ATES will deepen the understanding of the interactions between environmental changes, long-term Trans-Eurasia exchanges, and the development of Silk Road civilizations by promoting interdisciplinary research in the natural science, social science, humanities across Eurasia. So it's very comprehensive, what we have heard about it already before. Now the mission, there are different missions associated with what we want to achieve in this science plan. ATES is committed to advancing cross-regional interdisciplinary research to foster a comprehensive understanding of the Silk Road's environment, climatic, cultural, and socio-economic systems. Again, highlighting the international components, the collaborative effort, and the interdisciplinarity. It will also integrate field-based observations, diverse data sets, modeling approaches, and historical perspective. Again, here to bring the different expertise, the methodology, the data under one umbrella to make progress in a better understanding what we want to achieve here. And what we will generate is actionable, science-based knowledge that supports sustainable development and long-term resilience across the Silk Road regions. Now, a few words about the structure and the working groups. You will see here we have the science plan that is compiled of 4 different chapters. The chapter 1 deals with a kind of strategy, mission, vision statements, but also some of the activities and the challenges to do the work. And this is a 5-year plan. It's very ambitious, and we want to make sure we have all the elements on board and we make progress all over the place. Then the chapter 2 is devoted to an overall of the Silk Road, general information that has been mentioned already before, but give a kind of background, the basis for where we want to go, what we want to do, and what we want to implement. And then the third one is actually the science part, the research priority of ATES, and I will show a few elements about that, but please make sure you follow also the talks of today. Professor Fahu Chen, the chair of ATES, will give a more broader overview of the different elements of the work that is planned or already ongoing in ATES, and the whole 2 days is full of presentations that contribute to the achievements, to the different working groups we promote here. And then the last point is, okay, how it is governed, how it is organized, the ATES related to the science plan, and what has been achieved already in terms of dissemination and outreach. And one important element is also young researchers, scientists that play a major part in all these 5 years in terms of education, training, and bringing the different research fields together from a young perspective and also move forward to other positions. Now the structure of the working groups. We have the structure and working groups is we have 6 working groups that are also detailed here. We have Paleolithic culture and human migration. We have the Trans-Eurasian diffusion of early farming and herding. We have one working group devoted to the evolution, the development and transport networks and towns. The fourth one is devoted to diffusion of culture, science and technology along the Silk Road. This work package 5 is devoted to genetic history of Silk Road populations. And the sixth one is human environment climate interaction. So you see already when we have them put together, they are not loosely. It's not a silo approach. It's really an approach with special emphasis on overall large topics, but they are connected with each other. So it's a strong ambition also for ATES to work across the working groups. It's not a silo approach, so it's really cross-boundary, cross-work package collaboration. And to make sure we do that, we have also developed cross-cutting priorities. So these 4 cutting priorities make sure that will be addressed in all the working groups to bring them together, to have really synthesis between them, and they are really complementary. So what we want to do there is investigating human adaptation to environment and climate changes. This is a part that I will cover all the 6 chapters or working groups. It's about assessing impacts of climatic and environmental change on civilization. That's also a cross-cutting topic that deals with all the 6 work packages that is expected that it plays an important role there. It's about advancing sustainable development, environmental management, and heritage protection. And finally, developing a comprehensive open access ATES database that integrates archaeological, historical, environmental, and cultural information. So you see this is the structure. In the science plan, you see more information about state of the art, what are the priorities in the short term, in the midterm, but also how the working groups intend to work together and also work together with other entities, programs, initiatives across the globe to make sure this is well integrated part of a global approach. Now the milestones, how did we come there with this published information of the science plan? It started 2 years ago with the second ANSO ATES conference where we had discussions, bringing the community together, exchange ideas, coming up with what could be the major priorities, the activities, how do we combine them together. Then there was a first draft of the science plan to bring the elements together from the different perspectives. And then there were different iterations it was reviewed by the core chairs, feedback given back to the lead authors to make sure it's really an open review process to make sure that all the different voices are heard and all the information are implemented, are considered, to make sure this is really a complementary and an international and a complex process, make sure that all the information are in. It was then also reviewed by external experts to make sure we go out of this, let's say, community, to bridge with other programs, initiatives, to get other ideas, to get inputs, to make the bridges to other major organizations. And then we had another round of revisions with editors, lead authors, and then it was endorsed by ATES Science Steering Committee, and I'm very happy that we have also members here that played an important part in overseeing the whole process, provide impact, and make sure from a governmental governance part everything was implemented what we wanted to do. And finally, it's the last stage, September 2025, and we have this booklet, and we are very happy to have this published, to promote it, to give it to you, and for you to have it as a kind of major information of what we want to do the next couple of years. That's the governance. We have different structure to make sure the work is organized, it's overseen, it's controlled. It also makes sure that we have everything in place to have it as successful as possible. We have the core chairs and the chairs with Fahu Chen as the chair and Michael and myself as the core chairs. We have a distinguished science steering committee. You see a few faces here. You see those faces also in the plenary. We are very happy because they bring knowledge, expertise, experience from many years, from different angles, disciplines, areas. So we are really very happy to have the science steering committee in place that give us guidance of where we need to go, what we should do, where we should connect, what is missing, which parts have in a short term an important role to play. So to play this kind of important role from different perspectives to make sure we are on the right plan. Of course, we have a lot of scientists. We heard hundreds of scientists, young scientists, senior scientists in the different fields, in the different location universities, and so forth in different countries to make sure that the work we promote there is actually conducted, is done, is related, and it's also published and promoted, and make sure that what we promise there, it's also achieved. We have also at the Secretariat, all these people are here, and we are very happy to have them because they were very hard working to make sure, bring the different elements, views together, and make sure also that this was published on a base that we have it today. So thank you very much also for the ATES Secretariat to play such an important role to make sure that it's also very well governed from a Secretariat point of view. Now a few words to finish with. There's already some things achieved, and I'm very proud, and we can be very proud about what has been done already. There are some examples how ATES will work, is already working, and what kind of products have been released already, have been promoted, have been shared, to make sure that the results are really going out, also out of the academia, to the public, to the policymaker, to other stakeholders, that it's really not an academic exercise here, but it's really science for service, to make sure that what we actually do has also a social impact in the society. And also, of course, the feedback from the society back to us, what is relevant. So it's really very mutual to work together from an academic point of view, but also from a stakeholder policy maker point of view, that we work together on areas and topics that are relevant for society and the economy. You see different fora, workshops, lectures that have been presented, organized with different audience to make sure that we promote our work, but also we give the feedback and we make sure we present what we have already achieved, what we want to achieve, and where we want to go. And also public lectures to make sure that we address or we take a specific topic, we promote it, we organize it, and then also we bring it to the public. There is also a contact you can take on the website. There is also a QR code, WeChat, and so on. So it's a lot of information going on, and this will go on also in the future. About other outreach activities, it's about sessions. Sessions in very important conferences like European Geophysical Union in Vienna that takes place every year, but also HU, American Geophysical Union. Very important to have sessions to promote the work, but also set up sessions where we invite different contributions from all over the world to showcase what is researched in these areas and how we can bridge to the different communities and bring them all also under the aspect of ATES. There are summer schools, there are young scientists coming together, education, training aspects, very important really to showcase what we are doing and motivate also young scientists to be part of it, to make a difference also with a small contribution, but making a big difference, because every small pieces will contribute to the whole puzzle, and I think that's very important. So it's all over the place, so wherever we can go, there are exhibitions at international conferences to showcase and the results on the ongoing work of ATES. There are also publications. We have the different publications you find also in your documentation. There are brochures, flyers, newspaper. We have a WeChat official account, exhibition, the website. Here you see a few information, and we just published in the prestigious Science Bulletin a kind of what is ATES, what is the aim, the vision we want to promote. And this paper is in press. You find it also online, freely available, and we'll distribute it later on. So another important aspect that we promote ATES also in the scientific peer-reviewed literature and make links to programs and to contribute to ongoing efforts. Now the last point is just a few words about conclusion. So ATES really offers a platform, what we heard, not only a platform, but also a platform to reconnect knowledge across different disciplines and borders, much like the Silk Road once connected diverse people and culture and religions across Eurasia. ATES also leverages collaborative science diplomacy to revitalize the Silk Road studies and advance solutions for climate change, sustainability, and resilience. And the third point I want to make you aware of, or what we all want to make you aware of, is that ATES really builds a shared future, one that is informed by history, guided by integrated knowledge, and realized through global cooperation. So it's really from the local to the global, from the short term to the long term, to integrate and involve everyone, to bring the different pieces together. And finally, the ambitious ATES science plan is the base and provides a platform to advance international, interdisciplinary and collaborative science across 6 work packages and cross-cutting priorities, already with hundreds of students or staff or experts that are in the fields, and we want to extend that. We want to involve, of course, also more policymakers, stakeholders, other organizations, just to make sure we promote and push ATES in a way that it deserves with the science we do. The next steps, you find this also. If you go to the different work packages, you find also what the work packages would like to see in the short term, the next couple of years, but also a bit in the long term. And of course, this is a process we will discuss here. The priorities, the activities, the funding, how we make sure all the data are collected, are freely shared, how do we work together. So we want actually to do that in these 2 days to kick off. And one important event is actually what we are here for. This ANSO MTA Silk Road Forum and the third ATES Open Science Conference here in Budapest, where we meet the community, we do networking. So it's very important also that we talk to each other. We have breaks, we have lunch, we have dinner. We have plenty of opportunities not only to showcase our work, but also to interact, to make sure we inform each other. And then also initiate the collaboration. We heard about that. It's very important, the collaboration. And now since a few years, we have again face-to-face meetings. That's very valuable. In the COVID phase, it was difficult. Now we have the opportunities to bring the different people again together. And to work towards implementation of the ATES science plan priorities. So we need to see how we organize ourselves, how we push science forward, what are the next steps. We will have also a workshop the 11th of September where we really kick off the activities with the science advisory board, how we organize work, set up priorities in the interaction, and plan the short and midterm work. And all these presentations today and tomorrow are really key and crucial and are a big input for our work here. We will have also a couple of events, the ANSO ATES International Symposium on Silk Road Civilization and Environment Change. This will take place in 11 months in Istanbul. There is an international conference on science and culture along the Silk Roads in summer 2026. This is specifically on the working group 4. And there's a science, technology, material culture on the Silk Roads, knowledge production and transfer in pre-modern Eurasia via land and sea. This is a book that will come out, published with a publisher in Brill next year. And of course, there's much more to come. So we are very excited to have you here, to work with you here, and we are very happy to launch this new science plan, to have everybody on board and contribute to make it a successful ATES program. Thank you very much for your attention and looking forward.
So that brings to a conclusion the opening ceremony and the launch of the science plan. We have a break now for a photograph and some coffee. We're scheduled to come back here by 10:30. That's a very quick break. Let's see if we can make it back here in time. Thank you very much to all the speakers this morning. Thank you.
On the staircase, I will show you the picture.
The picture will be on the staircase, not outside.
So we will have a group photo first, and then go to for a coffee break. Okay?
Okay, welcome all. We have the photo together. Somewhere downstairs.